This is a real story I am sharing with you. A few days ago, in the quiet of my office, a friend and colleague of mine came to visit. For many days, I had been carrying a question that weighed heavily on my mind. It was about a day that changed his life forever, a day of unbearable loss, unimaginable pain, and a strength that only the most resilient can possess. I finally asked him about the incident and what it had taken from him. What he told me was a story I will never forget. He spoke of the unimaginable, a devastation so profound that it shattered everything he had. The earth swallowed his home, his memories, his very sense of belonging. As he shared the story, every word came from a place so deep, so raw, that I could feel his pain in every breath. It was heart-touching, gut-wrenching, and so emotional that I knew I had to share it with you. I'm sure that once you hear it, you will feel the same. He grew up in Mepadi, Wayanad, cradled by the timeless beauty of misty mountains, the soothing whispers of flowing rivers, and the earthy aroma of coffee blossoms. Life was simple, peaceful, and filled with quiet joys. But on July 30th, 2024, everything changed forever. The devastating landslides in Mundakai and Choralmala didn't just destroy homes. They ripped apart dreams, shattered families, and buried a lifetime of memories beneath relentless waves of mud and despair. His life, his roots, his heart, all were swept away in that moment of unimaginable tragedy. The night before, he sat with two childhood friends under the gentle glow of moonlight, their laughter weaving through the stillness of the night. They talked about old times, shared dreams, and teased each other, just like they always did. It was a night of warmth and goodbyes. He was leaving the next day for work. None of them knew, not even in their darkest fears, that it would be the last time they'd ever be together. A moment bathed in silver light, now forever shadowed by the weight of what was to come. That night, the earth shook and roared in a way no one could have imagined. The landslide came without warning, a wall of mud and rock destroying everything in its way. He grabbed his wife, his child, and his elderly parents, and they ran. They ran through the pouring rain and darkness, tripping over roots and rocks, trying desperately to find safety. His leg was cut, but he barely felt it, over the fear gripping his heart. They huddled together in the cold, soaked and terrified, praying for the night to end. But deep down, they didn't know if they'd live to see the morning. When morning finally broke, it felt like stepping into a nightmare that refused to end. The place he had called home for 60 years, where every brick held a memory, where every tree whispered stories of his life, was gone. His house lay buried under layers of mud and debris. His fields, once alive with coffee, pepper, and rice, were wiped clean, leaving nothing but emptiness. The air was thick with loss, the ground stained with tears. In a single, merciless night, everything he had spent a lifetime building was erased, leaving him standing amidst the ruins of his world, utterly broken. He showed me the scar on his leg, but it wasn't just the wound he wanted to talk about. It was the pain inside. He said, "This scar is nothing. The scars inside are what really hurt." And he told me about his two childhood friends. They didn't make it. Their bodies are still out there somewhere under the rubble, and he will never get to say goodbye. His father, who used to wake up at 4 a.m. to care for the cows and fields, is now broken, his spirit shattered. His mother, too, has been crushed by the loss. They can't go back to the land they once loved. They now live with relatives, unable to return to their life, their home. And still, the world keeps demanding. Every month, the reminders arrive. EMIs for a car now buried under the landslide, a cruel relic of a life that no longer exists. He can't claim insurance. It's gone, swallowed by the earth along with his hopes. The man who once stood tall, providing for his family with pride, now crumbles under the relentless weight of bills he cannot pay and responsibilities he can no longer meet. He is trapped in an endless battle, fighting shadows of a life destroyed, knowing deep down it's a fight he cannot win. The weight of it all presses down on him, breaking his spirit, one reminder at a time. In our hometown, many families have endured the same, or worse, hardships. I asked him about the relief funds, the ones everyone said would help rebuild lives, but he told me not a single rupee has reached them. Not one. It made me wonder, what's really happening? He pointed to his shirt, saying it was a gift from his wife's father. The pants, donated by someone. These are the things he has left now. I asked him if any organizations had come forward to offer help. He said some did, but with terms and conditions that didn't feel right. So they had to say no. All he wants now is a small plot of land, just 5 cents, a little house for his parents, but he doesn't know when or how that will happen. We talked for a while, and then there was silence. Sometimes words are unnecessary. His face told the whole story, the pain, the struggle, and the hope, still flickering, that somehow, one day, things might change. He works beside me now, trying to rebuild, trying to keep going. But when I look at him, I see more than just a man working hard. I see the pain he carries every day, the grief that never leaves him. He doesn't say much, but I know the battle inside him, the struggle to stay strong, to keep hope alive for his family. Every time I talk to him, my heart aches. He doesn't cry. He hasn't cried. But the sadness in his eyes, the weight of everything he's lost, it's heavier than words can say. How do you measure the pain of losing everything in a single night? Maybe it's in the silence of a man who has nothing left but still refuses to give up. For his family, for a future, for hope. Thank you so much for watching this video on My Niche World. If you enjoyed it and found it meaningful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our future content. And if this story touched your heart, please share it with your friends and family. Your support means everything to me. And together, we can make My Niche World a place where stories connect us all. Thank you for being part of this journey.